ladies and gents, this is Linda, Chic777, and today I'm coming at you with the design team project for Reneabouquets. This project, I found this thing at a thrift store. It was $1, and when I saw it, I thought I could totally turn that into an embellishment holder. It is a candle votive holder. It has a really nice tall kind of metal stand and in a real pretty kind of glass votive holder in the top. And so for $1, I'm like, you can't beat that to, make it into something a little bit more prettier. So I'm going to move my sign out of the way and show you what I came up with. First, I'm going to adjust my camera up just a bit and bring this into view. Back a little bit and a little bit taller and bring this out. There it is. I know, right? Super cute. I loved kind of the shape of this metal holder, and then this votive glass holder is just beautiful shape. It wasn't just a plain top. It had this kind of pretty ornate bottom on it, and like I said, for $1, can't beat that. And I wanted to turn it into something, of course, shabby chic, and so lots of pinks and creams, and this is it. So I am going to bring this in a little bit closer, adjust my camera, let you get a little bit more up close and personal with it, and kind of show you what I did to it. Okay, so a little more adjusting. Okay, and I'm going to come up a little bit closer, and I'll probably have to adjust it again, but I'm going to kind of get you up close to look at it. It just, the metal stand on the bottom gave me a lot of room to work with embellishments. And I did some of my favorite things that I love to do on projects, So that was pretty easy. I'm going to turn it around because it's kind of a front and back, obviously. I kind of made a front scene and a back scene. And as I placed the things, I paid particular attention to, when I was gluing it down in the front, if it was going to show through from the back type thing, because I didn't want something, funny sticking up on the other side that you couldn't tell what it was from the side you were looking at type thing. Okay. See, really cute bottom piece here. And because I like the way that looked, I chose not to really cover it up with laces and stuff. So first things first, what I'm going to do is kind of pull out this votive holder. Let's just show you that really quick first. Real easy. I just used some really kind of, sorry for the glare, you guys, some really cute kind of pink lace at the top. And then I used some pink sheer ribbon, tied it into a bow. And then I used a Prima zipper from my stash. And on all my embellishments, I pulled out my acrylic paint mixed with sand. So you can see, some of the texture and stuff on it. And then on the top of the zipper, as well as some of the other places, you can see the texture right there. I used from Renee's shop her beautiful glitter glass. And this is just in the diamond color. A nice, pretty, beautiful quality glitter there. Glitter glass, I should say. Okay, so that's just what I did from the top. And then the zipper just says, if I put it into view, just says Precious right there. Kind of hard to see because it's tiny. But that is the top portion. Nice and easy. And I thought it would be great to house, scrapbook embellishments in, bling or butterflies or whatever have you. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side. And the reason I textured, which I've done, you guys know I do it, but use the acrylic paint mixed with sand to texture, is because I use that to cover up the metal of the stand. It was kind of a bronzy color. Was it bronze? I think it was a bronze color. So I used that to texture it all up, kind of hide that color. Since it was shabby chic, I wanted it to be kind of a cream color. I used just a, it's called oyster white acrylic paint, and then mixed a fine grained sand in with it. on the bottom, because this round area was hollow. So I just traced a circle out of chipboard, and then I just used, I believe this is some Recollection textured paper, sewed it, and then glued it to both sides of the chipboard there, as you can see, to fill in the bottom. Okay. So let's bring it around to the front. Since I had a lot of room here to play with, I decided to pull out and make another swing. You guys know I love to put swings on my projects. So this is just some crochet thread that I used. And I just kind of tied it around the top up there, that top area. And then I made little bows at the bottom, so that would be really cute. I'm going to just adjust this down just a little bit. There we go. Anyway, brought down the swing. I made a little swing out of, these were like flat sticks that you could buy at Joann's, like a bag of them. They weren't the popsicle sticks. They're just regular flat sticks. So I, cut it the length I wanted it, glued it together, and then of course used the crochet thread to wrap around it, like as if it was, a tire swing, hanging from a tree type thing, and then knotted it at the very bottom there. You can kind of see a little knot, and then of course tied it up to the top. And then on the swing, I chose to put my XO. This is a little wooden XO from Saw Crafters. And I chose this because if either direction that you might be looking at the swing, you can see kind of an X or O, either direction. So it wasn't like backwards on the back, if you know what I'm saying. And then I used some of these teeny tiny little roses from my stash. Applied some of that Reneabouquets glitter glass on there, on the X a little bit, and then kind of down onto the roses. And then on the other side, I added a bunch of little Wild Orchid Craft flowers and rosebuds there, and kind of up onto the string there. And then just laid the X against the flowers. And there's a little bit more glass glitter at the top up here. Use my texture paint on it, of course, like I said earlier. And then there it hangs, my cute little swing. You know how I like to make a little scene. So this is my little garden scene, and you can't have a garden without a swing, right? I know. And so then at the very bottom on the outside, this is a little tiny, one of the short pre-made fences that you could buy, I think, at Joann's. It was already painted white, but I went ahead and used the Tim Holtz white picket fence crackle paint on there, so you can kind of see the crackle on it. And then I added, of course, the acrylic paint mixed with sand. Along the front, added a bunch of more of the Wild Orchid Craft tiny flowers and rosebuds. Added a little more of the glass glitter here. The glass glitter kind of comes from the front here down on, and on the flower, and then kind of spills down onto the front here. Okay, and then this little metal home sign is by Prima. I think it's the Shabby Chic, or maybe it's your Junkyard Findings Ingville Bohm little metal sign there. I thought it was just really cute. And then on this side of the fence, sitting on the tip top, I've got a little Prima resin bird here. Now these were in Renee's shop, but she's out of them now. But I am telling you that not because to make you go, dang it, I wanted some of the birds, but to let you know, to lead into a story that she does carry quite a few other Prima resin pieces. So this is one of the birds, and then I added a little sheared bow, another Wild Orchid Craft flower, and a teeny tiny little lock right there. Okay, then inside my little garden, so to speak, on this right side, this is a little one of those resin frames from the dollar bin at Michael's. On top of the resin frame, this is a beautiful butterfly from Reneabouquets. I've used these before. These are the tiny treasures. They are actually double layer, and it's called the pink bubblegum butterfly. And let me get, I'm going to adjust my camera down once more and get you one of the original butterflies so you can see what it looks like double layered, if I have any left. there's one, double layered. I pull them apart quite often to make them go a little further. And because when it's double layered, the top piece isn't that beautiful. Is always a little bit smaller than the bottom piece, and sometimes I need a little bit smaller butterfly, so I'll often pull them apart for that reason as well. But just a gorgeous black and pink double layered butterfly, again called pink bubblegum. Really pretty. So that's where that butterfly came from. And then layered in front of the frame, this is another Prima resin piece, says love. And then I layered inside a ton of flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts. And also some Prima flowers, these rolled roses. I am just loving the rolled roses look. And this rolled rose and this rolled rose behind the frame. Let me move my little swing because it keeps swinging and kind of being a nuisance. That's what swings do. Rolled rose, like I said, by Prima, and these are from the Jody Lee Butterfly collection, and these are actually called, I want to say Korean. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but these are in Renee's shop. She's got a couple of sets from the Jody Lee Butterfly collection. And so I just added those in there, but I just love the texture of that rolled rose look. It's beautiful, and I don't have to do it myself. Anyway, and then right in here, this metal heart gear is by Prima, and that's just from my stash. I already pointed out that I used some glitter glass in there. On this side, a bunch more Wild Orchid Craft flowers. Again, some more glitter glass from Renee's shop. The background here, this metal heart is just from my stash. P had given it to me. Thank you, P. And it was kind of a patinaed type heart, so I just painted it white and then added a little bit of the acrylic paint mixed with sand on top. And then layered on front of that, this Prima Vintage Mechanicals clock face is from Renee's shop. I love these. These are often, I think, hard to get now, and I'm so glad that Renee carries them in her shop. And then layered over the top of that, this is one of the Prima water faucets there. And I put that there because I wanted it to be like love was watering the flowers. I know. Okay. Off with the sappy stuff. Also from Renee's shop, which are hard to get, as you've heard me say before, but she carries them. Thank you, Renee. Are these Prima metal clock faces, and in these Prima clock hands. I've got one in black and one in white, and I chose to do that because of the black hand. It kind of brings in the black from the writing of this metal sign and from the black of the resin word and the butterfly. So it kind of ties in a little bit of the black coloring. So there's the front. I just think it's so pretty. And then as you turn it around to the back, another little scene. So see, it's okay if we see some of these back pieces because it just adds to it. Over here, I've got a little spare parts resin bird cage. Laying on top of more of the Wild Orchid Craft flowers is this beautiful butterfly. Yes, it's from Renee's shop. This is actually a Reneabouquets butterfly lace trim, and it comes obviously a bunch of butterflies in a row, and you can use it as lace trim or cut them apart as I did to use them as decoration for butterflies. Beautiful quality, and I think the long antennas are so stinking cute. I love it. So I love that that's real versatile. And then on top you can kind of see the shimmer, and that's more of her glitter glass. Glitter glass here. Over to this side, more of the flowers. You can really get a good look at that beautiful rolled rose here from Renee's shop. Again, I added another tiny Prima clock face and Prima clock hand. A little more glitter glass. And then just kind of right in front, this is Prima Resin Angel. I just thought it was so pretty, kind of tied it all up. And again, you know, I put some glitter glass kind of coming down the side and onto the wing. Okay. So there's the back of that. And this really didn't take that long to do. I'd say, well, for me, it was short, but it was long. It took me about 6-7 hours to make. Waiting for everything to dry, of course. Anyway, so there's my project. I hope you like it. It's not going into or going to anybody in particular. I will be having a video coming up soon where I'm going to be selling some of my projects. This will be one of them. But anyway, just kind of a lead on that for you. I will have all the links down below to everything Reneabouquets. I will have also a link down below to my blog for close-up photos, as well as my Pinterest account for close-up photos. And my blog will list all of the products I use from Renee's shop. Okay? I thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.